All right, so I'm going to talk tonight about processing. Now, processing is an open source programming language that people can use to program illustrations, animations, interactions. This is something I started doing only about a year ago, and all the slides I'm going to be showing tonight are generated from code only. So initially, I first wanted to get started with this because I wanted to make really cool audio visualizations, like you see on iTunes or Windows Media Player. But in the process, I kind of learned that there's really so much more I could do with this. And some of the slides you'll see here are going to represent things like cellular autonoma, data visualization, graphical or geometrical shapes, also some webcam art, things like that, all done in processing. So one of the things I've learned that's really affected me about this is that I've looked at life a little differently after starting to do this. I started deconstructing things as I saw them. This came from I went to a Tool concert and I saw this graphical visualization and I thought I'd try to remake it. And then things like this happen where these sort of fortunate accidents happen. I wanted to map colors around a wheel and these interference patterns kind of showed up and I thought, hey, that's kind of neat. And I stuck with it. I animated it a little bit to shake it around. I actually collaborated with a friend, Sam from gthing.net. He's here actually. This was something we made to show on our computers to make people at work think that we actually did really nerdy stuff. And it's really just a visualization to show where the traffic from our websites were coming. So this process, it turned into kind of a digital spin art where you'd take a couple parameters, throw some random information in there, and then these visual things would come out. This is an example here of some optical illusions that they're pretty well known, but I remade them with code and messing around with some of the variables. I found out ways to break the illusions, ways to improve the illusions, and the whole process of learning all these new things was really made the difference for me. This is some of the webcam art I messed with. I was wearing the same shirt that day, apparently. And you'll notice, it's going on to this. One of the things I started doing is I started trying to copy what other digital illustrators were doing in Photoshop and Illustrator, but with code. This is something that was inspired by an artist named Mark Weaver. Just wanted to make it all so that each time I ran the program, a unique piece of art would come out every time. They were never the same. If I didn't save it, I would lose it forever. And I really liked that. There was something great about having a unique piece of art every time I ran these programs. This was inspired by a friend, Jason Metcalf, who's actually a local Utah artist. I did it because I wanted to collaborate with him, so I was proving that I could just create his art with code. I don't know if he was offended or not by that, but and then I got into I've also got into some more sort of simulating physics. This I started out as I wanted to make kind of black holes where planets got sucked into them. It ended up becoming more of a magnetic fireworks show. So I don't always end up where I wanted to start, but in the end it ended up being something I like. This is the first actual audio visualization I finished. This is kind of a Firefly visualization where they pulse to the music and bounce around the screen, which took me about a year to get to that point almost. This was after I watched the movie Up. I wanted to, after watching that, I thought, how would I make that column of balloons rise up and interact with each other and bounce off each other and everything like that. And that was very rewarding to me. This is some of my newest work, working with flow fields. And many of these are animated. And due to the limitations of Ignite, I can't show you all the video for it. But some very organic things come out of some of these simple rules that I create with this different art. When I look back to the beginning of about a year ago, the process just began with something where I felt like I wanted to do something, and all I had to do to get started was download this program and then start reading up on it. And that's one of the amazing things about the internet is you don't have to wait for anybody else to start on your next hobby. There's plenty of teachers out there. Processing itself has a wide range of people online and lots of tutorials to help teach people how to use the system and how to program the system. And I hope to move on to other software and do some more things in the future. So I'm open to suggestions if any of you guys know anything awesome that I should be trying out for my next year of code. And you can see my progress at my website at deancheesman.com. And thank you for listening.